What is Family Connections? Family Connections was specifically designed and tested to help families reduce risk factors associated with child maltreatment, and to strengthen protective factors that meet the basic needs of children and keep them safe. The core components include intake, outreach and engagement, assessing and responding to concrete needs and emergencies, and comprehensive family assessment. Core components also include outcome-driven service plan with SMART goals, change-focused intervention, evaluation of change, and service termination.
A key decision here is determining whether this is a family at risk of maltreatment and/or children are at risk of out-of-home placement.
Outreach and engagement. Once a referral has been accepted, we make every effort to meet the family for the first time in their home within one business day. The primary purpose of this first meeting is to make a connection with the family. The family can expect the Family Connections worker to explain the purpose of the visit. The purpose of my visit today is for us to get to know each other so that we can decide whether Family Connections is the right program for your family. Assessing and responding to concrete needs and emergencies. Beginning with the first contact and throughout all home visits, the Family Connections worker is assessing whether the family has experienced concrete or emergency needs that must be attended to quickly. The Family Connections worker assesses the adequacy and stability of housing, food and working cooking appliances, the space for the entire family, bathrooms, running water, linens and blankets, basic household furniture, working utilities, and household safety. Comprehensive family assessment. The purpose of this component is to understand the risk and protective factors in the family so that key outcomes can be identified to target or work together.
Family assessment involves assessing parenting stress, social support, family functioning, family resources, child well-being, parenting attitudes, and household safety and stability.
The Family Connections worker meets with all of the family members, including parents who may not live in the household. The Family Connections worker also seeks information from others who might know the family, like a doctor or teacher. At the conclusion of the family assessment, the Family Connections worker and the family select key outcomes that will be targeted for change. This process usually takes 6 to 8 hours of time over the first month of intervention. Outcome-driven service plan with SMART goals. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-limited. Together, the family and the Family Connections worker develop goals that target changes in behaviors, conditions, and attitudes. Then a collaborative plan is developed that breaks the goals down into family activities, Family Connections activities, and activities of others if other service providers are involved. The activities are tailored to support the outcome and goals that are the target of change. The service plan is set for no longer than 90 days. Changed-focused intervention. The Family Connection worker works with the family members for at least 1 hour in the home each week to support and facilitate the achievement of the family activity and goals. This is an active process.
In New York City, we'll experiment by comparing families who receive weekly intervention with those who receive every other week intervention. Those that receive every other week intervention will be served for a longer period of time, and we'll evaluate differences in outcomes over time. For example, the Family Connections worker may role play with the family about how to listen to each other at dinner.
The Family Connections worker may support the family to develop a behavior modification chart to reward children when they follow the rules or do their chores. Or the Family Connections worker may help the family set a daily schedule so the children have a routine bedtime.
Or manage when children are not feeling well.
All of these activities are tailored based on the SMART goals. Outcomes and activities are outlined in the service plan. This part of the practice model continues for up to 90 days, with frequent assessments about what is working and what needs to be adjusted for success. Safety and risk are assessed each week, along with continuing evaluation of the adequacy of resources to meet basic needs. Evaluation of change, progress assessment. Family Connections worker facilitates a formal evaluation of change within 90 days of the creation of the service plan. The primary caregiver again completes questions on the computer to specifically evaluate what changes have occurred since the first computer-assisted interview. The family and the Family Connections worker also formally evaluate the success of the service plan. The family and the Family Connections worker will also look at what is the degree of goal achievement and what else may need to change for the family to achieve the target outcomes. A second service plan is created if there is continued need to achieve goals and outcomes, either using the same targets for change or new ones. If sufficient change has occurred, then the process moves towards service termination. Service termination. Decisions are made based on the evaluation of change. Resources of where to turn to if the family should need help in the future are provided. The Family Connections worker helps the family celebrate success by creatively engaging all family members to be proud of their achievements. Thank you for watching our presentation.